Little update on the truck. This is my controller for this, which is the exhaust brake by BD Diesel. It's right here. I need to put some more wires up. I just got this thing done. I went with a 3rd generation manifold swap as I tow, not race. So I'm not too worried about, my horsepower and stuff. I just wanted it to tow good and have low EGTs. So I went with a 3rd generation manifold. Airbag dump, controllers, 9-gallon tank. I put a spare battery to help with the fuel pump and air compressors. I put hydraulic lines and took off those quick connects that they had given me, but it appears that they could be leaking again. I have to tighten those up again. This is the BD Diesel. Hope I'm getting it. Exhaust brake. I had to put it back here on my truck. I did not have room up there. You do want to weld the upstream side. I don't know, some asshole's gonna say that I'm the king of idiocracy because I said upstream side, but you want to weld that. I put it together, put it with a huge clamp, and it blew the clamp off, it blew the exhaust off 2 times before I welded it. I had actually welded the back side, but not the front side because I had to slip it all together. I ended up welding it. It works with the little air cylinder. I already had air on my truck, so it worked out perfect for me. Those dimples were in the transmission pan. I don't know what they're for. Maybe they're there for a reason. I do need to address that leak. Okay, what I thought was a leak is actually condensation coming out of the frame of the truck. We've been getting a lot of rain lately, so that's what that is. The starter on the CAC conversion is actually off a 6.0 liter Ford diesel motor. When mine was first done, the power cable that goes to the starter touched the turbo, the factory turbo, and welded itself to the turbo as I was driving down the freeway. So I wrapped mine in insulation, heat wrap, and I wrapped the power cable that goes to the battery just to help keep everything from rubbing or chafing or getting any kind of splits or anything on it, so that it doesn't weld itself to the frame or turbo again, because it shut my truck down going down the freeway pulling the trailer, and I was climbing a big mountain when it did it. So anyway, that's why I did that. But that's something you want to look at in the beginning, because that power cable is on the top of the starter and it is very close to the, if you're running the factory turbo, it's really close to that factory turbo. Now this turbo is way smaller on the exhaust side. This is a 364.4 turbo, and I think the aspect ratio is I think 0.91. I do not remember. BD Diesel set this up for me to lower my EGTs. They did this for towing, not for racing or daily driving. So this turbo and this manifold is set up for towing, and it does an excellent job, and it sounds so good when you're driving. This is something I would like to point out, guys. I took off that electric over hydraulic fan clutch, and I put this this one's off a 1997 Ford 7.3 liter diesel. The fan is off of a 6.0 Ford. This is that conversion. The problem is when you do it, the fan is not close enough to the radiator, and my truck was getting hot. So I had this 2.5 inch adapter made, and I put that adapter on there it's like an extension to extend my fan 2.5 inches closer to the radiator, and now my temperatures are running great. But without that, my truck would get hot when I was towing and climbing a hill. It would max out it would easily go to 225 plus, and I'd have to back out of it and slow down just to let it cool down enough to make it up the hills. This made all the difference in the world. I think the little thermal coupler on the front of the hydraulic fan clutch was not getting enough air either to kick in, or else it was just circulating the air in front of the radiator right here with the fan. It wasn't pulling air through the radiator. It was just making a big vortex right there. This, I can put a rag or something in front of my radiator and it sucks it to the grill. But I did have to extend that. So if you do that conversion, you might want to consider that, putting that extension on there. 2.5 inches is what I had to do. It's stainless steel, it's pretty heavy. I hope the bearings don't go out on that pulley. I will keep an update on that particular item right there as I go. But it did make all the difference in the world on the heating. Again, this is my BD diesel 3rd generation conversion. It did lower my AGTs. They're back down where they're supposed to be. I don't know if this is the best conversion. It worked for me. I don't know, your application could be different. This is the S364.4, not the 464.7. This is a 364.4 turbo. It does work awesome. You will not have your exhaust brake anymore. That's why I went with the aftermarket exhaust brake that's way down there by the transmission. But this did lower my EGTs, and it works great for me. I don't know about this cold air intake. It's the oilless. I'm not a fan of the K&N filters. I've done a lot of riding at the sand dunes over by Yuma, and I have never had any good luck with the K&N filters. You take them off to clean them, and your carburetor or your intake is just full of dirt and crap. So I don't care for K&N filters. That's just my personal opinion. I did the fleece coolant bypass kit. I did not put the thermostat in the back of the motor, as I wanted it to flow through, continuous flow from the back to the front, because if the thermostat plugs up in the back, or not plugs up but quits working, then you have no clue when you do your CAC conversions. This is the programmer that the company recommends you use, and this is who I used. I have had nothing but bad luck with this company. The people in the technical support, I'm not going to give any names, but oh my God, they are, the guy that runs the technical support or answers the phone that I talk to, I have had nothing but problems with this. And They cannot seem to fix these two codes for me and delete them out of the system from the ECM. They've tried several times, but the person in the technical department is kind of belligerent. Actually, not kind of, he's very belligerent and just absolutely no help at all. I would not recommend them. If you have any other option, I would use that one. CAC, 100% awesome. I can't say enough about them. That's good. This company, GDP, oh my gosh, if you have any other option, use it. Don't say that. This is without the trailer. Again, this is with no trailer. I'm climbing a hill right now, but with no trailer, the fuel mileage is just ridiculous. According to the truck, anyway. EGTs are good, but like I said, this is no trailer.